Welcome back, fellow members of the Enclave. Let's continue. We have war going on. We will start a war actually by doing this focus against war with the Brotherhood. The Troll Warren is already fighting against them, and they are in a faction with the Steel Rangers, so that will be fairly good. We have 9 divisions here guarding Shady Sands, our acquisition from the war with the NCR. We have 19 divisions standing on the front line, ready to attack across Steel Ranger territory. Mind you, the Steel Rangers still have way more divisions than we do, so this won't be an easy fight and we might not actually win. Or we will. We have some advantages. Our technology is far superior. We have units that are entirely made out of power armor. They do not. They might have some power armor here, but I don't know exactly which one. They're called Steel Rangers, but they don't have much steel. Beyond that, actually here we have Elite Rangers team. I think those are power armor, but that would be the only ones. We have a lot of bonuses on our side due to just being us. For example, these FEV enhanced soldiers, and we also have our ace in the right arm. Wait, what? Which is this anti-ranger attack plan that gives us attack bonus against the Steel Rangers of 20%, which will be very, 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 very nice. So just in a few moments now the war will start. Let's do this one over here. I'm kind of running out of things to unlock here. So I'm really just trying to unlock something that will be useful eventually. Okay. Soon the war will start. The next day. We'll start the battle plan already in preparation. Or is that just a war goal against them? It's just a war goal against them. I thought the war would start instantly. A bit like how it was with Poison Bear. Alright, then we will declare war here on these guys. Enclave has declared war on the Steel Rangers. And, I mean, things are not going too well. Maybe now we will do our anti-ranger attack plan to just improve our chances of victory. Why don't you just go to Vipera Outpost and make sure that the enemy can't march back? Mount Jefferson. Oh no, we didn't catch them as I had hoped. Maybe we can catch them next time. Let's have divisions join in here. Let's punch through a little bit. They are charging over here, then we will go here. They're trying to retreat. We are trying to advance alongside them. Make sure that they are caught here in a fairly large pocket, honestly. Maybe we should lower speed a bit. See if we manage. You don't go anywhere. You will keep them occupied while this guy will finalize the pocket and take the last bit of it. Meanwhile, you two will push through the enemy forces and knock them out. So Bloody Springs will be where the snare finally is. There we go. Come on, come on, you can get it. You can get to Bloody Springs, you bloody bastard. There we go. Pocket has been created. Now we just need to close it. Capitalize on this victory and knock out the Steel Rangers. Steel Rangers will be damned if you manage to push out of here. You will not succeed. Steel Rangers are strong. We are hopefully stronger. I mean, I just had to check on the other fronts to see if we had actually lost anything. So far we have not. And it seems they have not been very willing to push here. So maybe we should start some pushing here as well. To make sure that they will be able to utilize their entire army to push from one direction. One direction. I've never listened to those. Never heard a song, I don't think. Or maybe I have on the radio and not really realized it. I haven't listened to the radio for a long time. Why am I talking about One Direction again? I don't know. I really don't know, and I apologize. See, they are getting harder to defeat. They're standing their ground here outside of Bloody Springs. Not really sure what is happening with our units. Our units are suffering from low supply. So seemingly there's something wonky going on with our supply lines here. Shade is... all the things here. Upgrade, upgrade, repair, 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 repair. Repair everything in regards to infrastructure to make sure that the supplies are flowing as efficiently as humanly possible. We're pushing them and hopefully winning. We don't have much in the way of combat over here. I was expecting more of them. Alas, that is not the case. The Troll Warren have not really advanced much more into the Western Brotherhood side over here by Navarro. Navarro is a place that we want to control, by the way. It's not something that is theirs to have. So we will have to defeat the Troll Warren in case we do win this war. This pocket is proven itself to be really hard to defeat. So at least with the units that we have currently available to us. They are actually pushing here in order to liberate the pocket. I'm not a big fan of that. Not at all, I might add. And unfortunately, I don't really have much in the way of doing things. Oh, well, you can halt them here with this unit. That means that their units here will be able to move about if they so desire, which they are not, because they should be feeling the supply limits way harder than we are. And indeed they are. And now they are being destroyed. So we have defeated a lot of their units. They have lost 6k men. And we have lost 293. So far, a big victory for, I was going to say the Western Brotherhood, but we are indeed the Enclave. And the southern front here, which I had thought would just be a front to defend Shady Sands, is advancing quite rapidly. And here is another potential pocket that we could benefit from having. What if you just engage them there, and you take that territory, you move here, and we close the pocket. How does that sound? To me, that sounds really good. Some of the units are fleeing now. That's to be expected. And some of the units are trying to stop us from being able to close this thing. We're probably going to win here before we actually get a chance to utilize the closed pocket. We're going to stop them from moving in order to give us more time to move there. There we go. We captured some of them, but not a lot. Only a couple of divisions. But now we have another pocket opportunity. This is like fighting in the eastern front as Germany in the beginning of the war. Okay, you move here. You this division move here. The Ranger Citadel will fall to our Enclave soldiers. This pocket will not be. They are fleeing too fast for it to actually be a thing. But they are fleeing so hard and so fast on every single front that it doesn't matter if we have pockets or not, they're going to capitulate any moment now. See, if you look at the war thing here, they are already at 85% towards capitulation. And by the time we take Ranger Citadel, there will be a lot more. So this, I'm expecting them to, there we go. Yes, surrender. That's exactly what I was expecting them to do. Now the question is, how do we actually reach them here? I think we can send these men here and join this unit leader on this front to move towards Maxon and take out this area of the Western Brotherhood. Beyond that, the only thing we can do is invade the Troll Warren. And the Troll Warren, they are quite frightening. Unfortunately, we don't really have access to a lot more territory, and we really want Navarro, don't we? We really do, by the way. That was a yes to that question. Technology-wise, we want to have more things as being, well, technologized, which is not a word, I'm well aware of that. Maybe we want to make some gunships. Maybe we do. And maybe we will. Do we have any gunships available? We do have planes in reserve. We have 100 gunships, and if we're using them, we can just place them down. Let's move everyone here. Gunships. Deploying close air support. Do we have any air base down here? Shady Sands. I was expecting Shady Sands to have an air base, but apparently they don't. So is this the closest one? I think this one would be a bit closer if they could just deploy quicker. Which they will be when we increase speed. There we go, they're standing by. If we transfer them here, then they would be able to help out over here in the Western California against the enemy. Okay, let's advance. There we go. We're advancing against the Western Brotherhood, and it's going pretty well. This time we're actually facing up against other power armor people. With a fairly substantial pocket here by the Southern Diablo range. We don't know how many there are there. Only that there are quite a few of them. And that we will benefit from their destruction. There we go. That is nice work so far. So by now the Western Brotherhood has lost 2k men. Steel Rangers are lost 8k before they were, or before they capitulated. And our men are pushing forward with fervor, not seen for a long time. Not seen in a long time. Makes more sense. Let's see, radio, decryption. Lost Hills Bunker is now lost to them. Is there any decision here that we can take in regards to these guys losing? So we have 554 days before the Wrath of Caesar falls upon us. How many men are we gaining from the eligible core population? I don't know exactly, it doesn't say how many we gain from there, but only 0.3% out of 695,000. So that's not a lot. The Washington Brotherhood is declaring war upon people. Wait, are these Western Brotherhood that's not, you know, using power armor? That's not going the right way here, man. Yep. Things are looking up. Yeah, we're pushing them back, pushing them against the ocean. I like that Caesar's Legion is controlling here, the 2 harbor region. And here we have the Steel Rangers controlling Thousand Oaks. It's a bit weird. And seeing as how slow they are doing things, I think we might actually have to declare war upon the Troll Warrens in order to get anywhere. Good thing is the Troll Warrens are now occupied with yet another war. So I think good things are happening to us. I think a lot of people are just afraid of us, to be fair. And I mean, why wouldn't they be? We're the Enclave. I would be afraid of me. Maxon, Santa Barbara will be lost to them as well. Border disputes with the Ripperuit territory. Well, good luck attacking us there. We will defeat you. Please destroy them. There we go. Okay, so now everyone is available. This is just a fraction of forces, by the way, that has destroyed us. To be fair, it's only a fraction of their forces as well that we are destroying. But now we can focus our efforts on taking Thousand Oaks and finishing off that part of the fight. Here we have some more recruits ready to join the war efforts. Against the Troll Warren. Eventually we will have to do that. Our main focus of the fighting will be to try to take at least the corridor here, and we will have to hurry. We should start justifying war goal against them. Won't take that long. We'll be ready for it. Because the main action here will be to take this area here. We don't really care about the Warren, we just want to have the coast here. So we can reach the Western Brotherhood and push through there. Eventually winning. This is a lot of divisions that are falling here. They're being overrun. That's a lot of divisions. So beautiful, really. Okay, just to make this a bit more efficient, we're going to make the strike force here, and the rest of the front will be supplied by these guys, who will only have the mission of defending, really. They don't have anything else to do. Not here. Not in regards to this. Alright, so war justification will be done in just a couple of days, and by that time we will be ready to go. We have a lot of destroyed factories. A lot of destroyed things overall. Justification for the den is now done. Let's declare war. There. Forces, attack. Don't care if we lose a bit here. We have units heading towards there. We want Navarro. That's what we want. Vault City is of no concern, really. Alright, march, men, march, men, march! These guys have already taken back some territory. We will have to fight them eventually too. We want to secure our borders against any threats before Caesar's Legion. I mean, then we will have to. Right, by this time we could actually do some offensive things here in this region of the war. So you go ahead and do that. Alright, you have to hurry. I need to hurry. Send divisions. Seriously, just go here. Go here. Protect the corridor. Make a corridor, for God's sakes. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Anti-Brotherhood propaganda is ready. Wrath of Caesar is 500 days away. Alright, there we go. Don't think it will be needed. Jesus Christ, hurry. Come on, come on. You can do it. Yes, we did it. We have secured the coast. Now the war heads into phase 2, really. Which is some of the men, these men in particular, will actually not minus whoever is over here. And whoever else is part of this, I don't know, this guy. So you guys, you will be heading towards the Troll Warren to knock out these guys. Go for it. And you guys, you will be here. Heading towards Navarro and taking Navarro. Go. Whatever it takes, that's what you're going to do. And make sure not to lose any supply lines, even though that is That is a thing that could happen. I mean, this war is a bit messy now. That's because we had such a secondary objective. I mean, the entire Troll Wars is just one big secondary objective, really. Extend presidential powers. Oh yeah, we missed a few things here. And they could potentially cut us off here, so we're gonna have to send some men to deal with that. Alright, so we have a very, very thin line here for supply purposes. Diamond Peak. So if we head towards the war and instantly, what happens then? Do you have enough men to stop us? How close are they to losing? Troll Warren very, very close to losing. Why don't you attack? Is it because you have low supply? Well, you have to deal with it. That's what we all have to deal with. Low supply is just part of our blood. We are the Enclave. We don't need supplies, do we? With the Troll Warren gone, the Troll Warren will... well, with the Warren gone, the Troll Warren will collapse. Extend presidential powers, emergency draft. Reduces stability, increases our recruitable population and our recruitable population factor. But other things will be lowered. I don't really care about that. We're doing pretty good on a lot of things. Soldiers caught out of uniform. During one of his dreaded surprise inspections, Sergeant Dornan caught a private out of his standard issue power armor. The soldier cited maintenance, but no such request was filed. Dornan wasted no time in demanding 1,000 push-ups as you happened by. Cut the boy some slack. No, let's not cut him some slack. Actually get him some slack. So the Troll Warren lost, didn't they? So shouldn't there be a peace of some sort? Wait, they get everything? Don't we get anything from the war? Seriously? Are you kidding me? We were not part of the war? Or like, we had a separate war. Why don't we get a peace? There should be a peace conference after the war. Let's just kind of have wars goddamn happen. What? Why don't we get a war? I mean, why don't we get a peace, rather, for the war? This is terrible. Now these men are completely out of supply and they won't be able to gain any more supply, so we have to declare war on the goddamn Washington Brotherhood in order to actually gain supplies to our men. That's terrible. Okay, we need to fix these lines now. We need to fix everything in regards to them. So everyone on this side, you will join Mr. Ambrose Anderson, and everyone under Ambrose Anderson's command will be on this front line, and that will be tasked to move all the way up here in when the war starts. God damn it, that's annoying. That's so frustrating. Why didn't we not get invited to the peace conference? I mean, we were fighting, weren't we? We were fighting, so why don't we get to be part of it? We had a war too. We took the Troll Warren before their forces did, and yet we did not get anything. We did not even get a say in it. We just suddenly, they conquered all of it, and well, bye-bye. That's a bit annoying. So now these guys are completely supplyless. There's no way to gain supplies to them either. So, you know, hold the line, I guess. Goddamn Washington Brotherhood. Now we have to fight with most of our men out of supply. How are we supposed to do that? How are we supposed to fight this battle now? With most of our men not even having the supplies they need to actually continue to fight. Alright, let's do... you guys, you will have a fallback line here, because this is where the supplies will eventually run through. And even then, even when we take the line, it won't even be that much supply to speak of, because it's just a small strip of land. Okay, Washington Brotherhood. I don't know why we're doing this, but we have to. We have no choice. And this was not supposed to happen. This is not how this is supposed to work. What? We lost? What? Mr. President, as you're reading this communication, Enclave troops are marching through the capital city of the backwards tribe of Ohio. Our troops are reporting only token resistance from the locals using primitive weapons. Okay, so that's the Arroyo. And then we had emergency draft, silence Congress to give more stability. Let's do that. They have power armor. They are well equipped. There's plenty of them. They have a lot of divisions. It was not ready for this fight, and it was not really supposed to happen. But the peace thing kind of screwed us over. So what chance do we have, or choice do we have, other than just dealing with it and moving along? So we have to defeat these guys in record time to allow these units not to die. So we could then actually get Navarro as we wanted to do in the first place. I don't know. Why did that happen? There maybe there's a good explanation for it. I just don't know any good explanation for why I was not part of the peace conference and actually getting a piece of the cake when we, took them out. Now we have to fight against the entire north in order to save some divisions. Maybe it would be better to not save the divisions? I don't know. But that would mean that we wouldn't be able to finish the other war that we're fighting against the Western Brotherhood. Wouldn't really be a good idea either. Oh, apparently it was paused. Did not know that. We have to push through as much as we possibly can, and we also need to make sure that we are focusing our efforts on repairing any and all infrastructure in our land, so that our production and our supplies can move through unhindered. There we go. All right, deep breaths, deep breath, deep breaths. We could emergency deploy all lines instantly without them having much training. That could be a thing that I already actually did, because we do need to have more men on the field to fight against them. These men are not really prepared for this, not at all. But what choice do we have? There we go, all production ready to go. Okay, we're slowly pushing them back, but how long will we be able to do that? These units are being caught up in different battles and they don't have any supply. They won't be able to last. Some of them have reached some positions, and these guys have reached some positions too, but they don't have any supply. We're gonna lose them. These are some really advanced troops that will be caught out and destroyed. 17 divisions of our forces, nonetheless. Meanwhile, we're pushing on the other side. We kind of want to save these men as much as we, in whatever capacity that we could potentially save them. Let's throw down some 3 more divisions. Everything to assist our current efforts. We are currently running low on manpower. Won't really help that we're not gonna be able to save these men. They're fighting as well as they possibly could hope to do. But what does that help when you have so many men that you're fighting against? When you don't have any supply and no supply can reach you? God damn, I'm still so annoyed because that screwed over all the plans. It screwed over everything. We already had fairly low manpower, and now we're gonna lose half our army due to a peace deal that never happened that we're supposed to be part of. At least I think we should be. We were in a separate war. We were fighting them, we fought against their armies, we took land, we even took the Troll War, and that should give us enough war participation to be part of that. I mean, it's not like they are the owner, colony state, so there's nothing like occupied or whatnot. There's no such thing. Can have super mutant slaves. It says also the war in control. Oh, it has captured super mutants. I don't want super mutant slaves. Really don't. Maybe we should do one of the continuous ones. Maybe resistance suppression. Or factory repair speed. Construction repair. Alright, alright, alright. Roger, roger. Fighting against a lot of enemy forces. A lot of enemy forces of the Western Brotherhood. No, the Washington Brotherhood. One of the strongest brotherhoods. We already lost these divisions. Gonna lose these divisions very, very soon. There's no way out. Maybe we can try to fight our way out here from the Temple of Trials. Maybe we can meet them up. Won't be a lot of people that were saved, but if we can save some men, then will be more than, well, saving none. It's just how logic works, isn't it? They will be slow, though. But, I mean, that's just how it goes, isn't it? Move here. We need someone to protect. We might be able to save these divisions. They have a way out now. There's more than they had before. Yep. We might have saved 7 divisions, but we still lost 10. Actually, we're saving 6. This guy is not going to get saved. Or is he? I mean, if they can get some supplies now, when things have calmed down a little bit, then that would be really, really, really good. We have a lot of infrastructure that is destroyed. A lot of things that are destroyed at all. I mean, completely. I mean, sure. Maybe now they can fight. They don't have any orders, but we'll simply have to deal with it. This guy is surrounded. Take him out. And we're slowly but surely pushing them back up. Portimao is going to be a problem to deal with. So we have 6 divisions on this guy. What? A naval invasion by the old country? Oh, come on. That's so not what we want to deal with right now. Okay, so we're gonna leave a small bit here that these divisions now, after having been saved, will deal with. It's gonna be their territory. And to deal with the new arrivals, I guess we will have to try to deploy some divisions. New divisions in a new force led by Henry Williams. We'll have to move down and defend. Okay, okay. How are we doing with the managed occupied territories? Let's do the gentlest thing we possibly can with them. And maybe we even get that guy who is really good at making sure that we don't have partisan things happening to us. Where was that? Or was he here, maybe? No? I thought it was a guy that assisted us in that. Partisan. Non-core manpower plus 2%. Oh, that's a reform thing. Okay. Well, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, but at some point I think I saw something like that, but you know, I probably mistook him for someone else. Maybe somewhere along the line. Genocidal. Effects of partisans on us. minus 50%, but we will lose a chunk of recruitable population. No, none of this is actually appealing. This guy is most appealing. Broken Coast is clear warned people that we don't care about. Good, I guess. Alright, so we're going to transfer over some divisions to this guy. He now has 13 divisions under him. And we're going to redo some of these lines. This line will disappear. It will be enlarged here by... Wait, what is this? You will take over this entire front line. And this guy instead will make sure that this is completely done with. And will then charge forward on this side of the river. So we'll be divided up by this river here. Which is a fair deal. You're not really stopping them from attacking us by, you know, you're letting them attack us. The old country will be defeated. Glenville. This is the first naval attack that I've seen so far. But it's been dealt with. Thankfully. So maybe now you will join up here. "16 divisions, everyone will be part of this assault here. And you guys will have a different assault in mind. You will have, well, you have this entire thing to deal with, so maybe you should just stand put. This is a lot of divisions that you are dealing with. And as soon as you have supplies, then maybe you can go ahead and move forward a bit more. There's a lot of infrastructure missing. And goddamn, this has been quite intense, hasn't it? War upon war. And we still have Caesar that could show up. Well, he will show up in about a year. So we've got a year to finish off the Washington Brotherhood and the Western Brotherhood and allies with diminishing supplies. We are very low on power armor, actually. We need a way more power armor. As many power armor as we possibly can manage to get. And if we can just cut off more and more of their men, then that will possibly be very good for us, very beneficial. We got some of the text there. Oh yeah, I forgot about the airplanes. We do have some airplanes here. Maybe the airplanes will be useful. And another naval assault, I heard. Naval assault here and here. Alright, so we will take these guys. They will be returning to their Henry Williams. And heading down to stop the enemy. There they attacked. You head there, and then we'll head with someone over there. I hate naval people. They are really annoying to deal with. We're trying to stand against the massive force that is here. It is the two brotherhoods, really, that have joined together there. God damn, I still hate that happened. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. Because if we had just gotten peace, we could have gotten that entire strip there and taken out the Western Brotherhood in peace. And after that, we could have focused our efforts entirely on the Washington Brotherhood if we wanted. We wouldn't even have to attack them. Didn't really have to attack now either, but, you know, I got so annoyed that I had to. So, you know, things happen. Yeah, Yum for you too. Another naval attack, that means somewhere here. Yep, very true. Production. Right, we dealt with that thing too. Naval invasions have not been going too well for the enemy, which is good. I wonder if we could actually advance here, but that would be using up even more of our precious power armor that we don't really have enough of. But we should lower our this thing. Maybe that will lessen the power armor needs for us. I mean, they should be feeling the effects of the power armor deficit as well. Unless they have a bunch of factories, which they probably do. Then again, we too have a bunch of factories according to ourselves. We have 33 divisions. They have, well, more. A lot more. And we have reached the extent of this campaign up here. Perhaps we should draw a new front line to deal with them further. We have 2 rivers here that we would like to reach at the very least. And the problem here is advancing down here would mean that this force eventually will have to split upon reaching the ocean. It's better to just hold this line that is essentially all mountains and whatnot, and wait for better times, really. Meanwhile, this force will extend itself. I wonder though, will we have enough men to actually be able to push as far as we would like to push? I mean, if we look at Washington Brotherhood, they too have a bunch of things. Division attrition minus 15%, for example, and so on. So they have a lot of good things. Steel legions and decimate and despoil. They've got good things going on. A lot of good things. And now we're reaching the crossings here, so they're going to be able to cross here and then go behind us. So like they're doing here, like they're crossing right here. I hate fighting in this part of the world. It's just a bunch of river crossings all over the place. All over the place. Right. Cut them off. Take out at least 2 more divisions, that would be nice. 1 division against 3 of theirs and we're winning. Plated posers. I mean, look at our... Damn. We good. We good. We got better power armor than they do. Maybe we shouldn't fear them as much. Maybe we should advance. I'm still scared though. I've learned my lessons. We have pushed a fair amount, and we were back here before. Now we push all the way up here, and we're reaching the river here to cross into the original Washington Brotherhood territory. And we're driving them further and further up with our 16 divisions, which is not really that many. We have 2 divisions guarding down here. We don't have that many men on the way. We have 3 more divisions that are going to land soon, as soon as they finish their training. We're starting to actually gain a bit of a surplus in power armor finally, which is good. Very, very good. Very, very useful. And this here is the Old Country and Port Mall. See, they have landed here again. They're doing it once more. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out here. So that part is gonna be annoying. But here we're pushing them back. We're pushing them further and further back. One division has been well, taken here. He's been annihilated. So now you can move forward here. Get back to work. Take out land. Okay, you're taking this thing. Good. We're almost reaching the river here. There's one river crossing here, and there's one river crossing somewhere here. Here, I think. Well, we should use this guy to attack here. We should use this guy to move along and taking the river crossings on this side. Essentially cutting the enemy off from any supplies, and more importantly, cutting them off from avenues of escape. If we take this thing here, we've virtually cut them off. This is good. This is very good. This means that fewer divisions will be able to escape from our assaults. Just, goddamn, just take this. Just take this. Remove their army from existence. There's 12 divisions at the very, very least that will be taken out. Sure, we might lose some territory on the other side, meanwhile, while this is going on. Like here, for example, they have managed to push through and land, which is frustrating. Very, very frustrating, but it's not that bad. We have some free divisions now ready to join in the fighting. We will send them up. And we've defeated some of their men here. So what we will do now is try to send some of the men here to just do some protection. We will have a fallback line here. Guard this with your life. This is the cheapest and most inexpensive way of making sure we don't get hit in the back. Just having some men that guards the crossings, and then the rest can continue with what they're doing. And you will also be doing a fallback line here. So we have 2 divisions that are guarding the 2 crossings. The rest of the divisions, two of which have actually been cut off here. The rest of them will be focusing their efforts on making sure that this line gets taken. Okay, this is collapsing a little bit for us. But it's fine. It's completely fine. We'll deal with it. We have defeated a lot of their units. You will, of course, also be part of this line, don't you worry. Oh, sorry. Only you will be part of this line. There we go. We will have to make sure that this it's way too many that are focusing on the wrong line here. Yes, we do need to knock them out here. That is very important, but, you know, there's 15 divisions there. A lot of divisions, by the way. That's not few divisions at all. And no, you should not all head down there. You should some of you should be over here and protecting. Fort William's set is apparently fairly vulnerable, so maybe we should utilize the fact that they're focusing so much of their units down there to advance up here. Just make sure that no divisions accidentally go here. We'll send one there. And now with this taken, we will do a fallback line here and put this guy on board guarding this river crossing. The same thing we will do here. One guy will defend this river crossing. The rest of you will continue doing with what you were doing before, which is to protect things here. You will do a fallback line here to protect this river crossing, and you will do a fallback line here to protect this river crossing. The rest, everyone else, will be continuing what you were planning on doing before. Which is just advancing, really. Beaver Creek, it'll be a nice place to take over. We'll advance, and advance Belknap Springs. Not a good place. When we've taken this, we can put another division on border crossing duty. Wonder who? I wonder who. I wonder why. Don't know which one of these that already are on border crossing duty. Apparently you will be the one to do the border crossing duty here. Alright. Annoying river, you might be defeated once for all. There are a lot of annoying border crossings though to deal with, or river crossings. Take out these things. Okay, things have started to settle down a little bit. So now the fun part can begin. The most forces over here They are probably part of the Port Moss, the old country, and the other guy that I can't remember the name of that are really annoying. Oh, the Washington Brotherhood. So, by the time we reach here, we will have to put, at first, some guys on just border crossing duty. We're starting to get a lot of border crossing. So, sorry. We're not really having many men to do actual warfare, just guarding things. But we have completed the conquest of everything north of the river. Which is good, which is good. You will also be, you guessed it, border defense. You will have border defense. I wonder how many divisions we actually have left now at this point. But everyone that is not doing that, you will be assembled to do a special task. Do we only have 8 men? Not anything else. This guy too. Yep, this guy too. So we have 9 thereabouts to actually do an invasion. You will be stationed here. You will be tasked with taking over the cannibal territories and advance. Hopefully you can accomplish that. All the river postings will make sure that they won't be able to push out. These men will defend as they have done so far, and they will continue to do so efficiently. Now let's see what is the time looking at. 274 days before the Caesar's Legion attack. That's not a lot of time to act, unfortunately. Alright, now we have done the fun part. So, we will take 2 men. We will do a fallback line here. They will protect. There will be nothing here. Meaning that everyone else will be going towards front part. And now we don't even need this border defense. Instead, what we will do is we will draw a front line, offensive line that will go all the way around here. Eventually liberating every single border crossing that we will come across. River crossing, I mean. Meaning we won't have the need to have anyone else be part of that. So you know what that means? It means you should bloody well cross here and help out. And you can attack from the other direction and push through. Slowly but surely, we have cut off the supply lines and are moving towards them. Cutting them off in the process. Some of them will start to have some supply issues, which is natural considering the supplies have been cut off and broken into pieces. We will eventually gain some nice pockets along the way. We're not supposed to have any other line, morons. Alright, good things are going. Good things are happening. Hopefully it will be fast enough. Already liberated a couple of crossing duties. I wonder how many men they have lost. 19k. That's quite a bit. And so far, the defenses up here are holding. They are being overrun by the dozen. There's no need to push these guys to do anything. These guys are overrunning units day by day. They're starting to panic over here. They know the doom is coming. Now we don't need to have these border crossings either. They can instead join the offensive. Alright, we have some research to do. Alright, do this and do this. March. Accomplish your goals, men. Make us proud. You can start to push as well. Whenever you desire to push, you can start pushing. Good. Good. This is going really well. Surprisingly well. This also means that by just using 6 divisions, we can feasibly defend the north now from this position. And the most important current thing that we're doing is to annihilate the Western Brotherhood. Thereby making sure that we could have two-front war, having 6 divisions defending one side, and using everything else to try to defeat Caesar's legion. That has been the ultimate war goal so far. Just to liberate enough men to be able to defeat Caesar. Or at least hold against Caesar. I'm not sure we can actually defeat him. That will be a future question. I don't know how many men we need to have down here. We should transfer over some here. That's a bloodbath. Bloodbath and a half. Finally, some have started to... well... some have started to capitulate. Right, now we advance upon the Western Brotherhood. Here we have some spare units. We can beef up some defenses here, just in case. But yes, by only using 6 divisions we can hold off a much larger force. So now maybe we'll be able to take Navarro. That is the end goal of this episode, which has been running on now for quite a while. Let's speed up. And when I said attack, I really did mean attack, not just sit around and wait for better times. Now we do have a much better supply line. We have managed to turn what was once pretty bad strategic... God damn it, what is this? Where did you come from? Seriously, where did you come from? Is that the old country? Never mind, that doesn't matter too much. So we lost the Ranger Citadel for a little bit. Big whoop. But we turned around a situation that was looking very dire into a situation that's looking pretty darn good. Where we're pushing back our foes, where we actually have a surplus of things, power armor in particular. And we have divisions back up and ready to go. We're still not at our former strength, but we're not as bad as it once was. We even have some manpower to speak of. We don't even have the manpower warning currently. We're still getting a bit of manpower every once in a while. What is this? Digital data links. Alright, let's do that. The Western Brotherhood has more or less collapsed at this point. There's no point in them continuing to even pretend. And Navarro is soon to be ours, which means we can use the cloning programs. Take over that place. Good. Here we go. Making sure the enemy can't escape, even though they're seemingly able to do so anyway. Ah, good. Now they really can't escape. And now they are more or less gone. How far away are they from losing? Not far enough away. Okay, so this thing did not really work out for me too well, did it? Not really sure where the Steel Rangers well, escaped from, but they apparently are here again. So our issue now is that we can't really reach the last part. Or can we actually? Or do we have to attack the Shi in order to take everything they have? Am I really sending the entire army in one big death blob? I apparently am, and it seems to be working pretty good. Yep, seemingly worked pretty good. Pretty well, I mean. Alright, the Shi, they are part of the ruler faction. Caesar is elite. I'm not sure actually if the Caesar will help out, so it would be very frightening to do that. We can't really reach here. Can we get some sort of military access? No, we can't. So the only way we could do it is to declare war. Now, a war declaration could bring the entire might of another faction down upon us if we were not careful enough. Not really sure how they are managing to get what they have here. But they're seemingly landing more troops somewhere. Here, in particular. I'm glad we put some extra men here to serve and protect. We have to deal with the Ranger Citadel. Right, Ranger Citadel. Taken out. Just get your organization back up. They want to retake the Ranger Citadel, so we might as well stay around here. The Shi, I mean, we have no choice. San Francisco will need to be taken. I just hope they won't join Caesar's Legion, or we will have a massive issue. Believe you me. It's more likely that it will join the Ranger faction, which I hope is the case. Considering they are using, they're using the intellectuals. I actually don't know where they will join. Hopefully not one of the other factions. Okay, so they have been overrun here. We just have to finish mopping up whatever they had left. We'll see what happens. Maybe we should start preparing. Maybe we should start preparing by having some of these men do some fallback lines here on important border crossings. And failed scribes, well, this is gonna be one big one. One big one. I don't expect to be needing all of these men, so some of them will be moved over to this unit. Under Alice and Greg. As will these two units. Just in case, as I mentioned, just in case. I don't even know who's part of Caesar's Legion, but it won't be pretty if they join the wrong one. So here we go. Here goes nothing. They joined the Northern League. Good. The Northern League is good. There we go. Finally, we're starting to push against the Shi. Actually, sorry about the Shi. Didn't mean to attack them. This is that they were in our way. Come on, Shi. Fail, lose, die. Why are you moving away? I never ordered you to move away. Oh, they have ships, do they? Is that why? Could be why. Either way, we need to advance here quickly before we get bogged down in too much fighting. Okay, San Francisco has been taken. That means that she will capitulate. Yep, it does mean that. And that means we can finally deal the killing blow to the Western Brotherhood. Alright, good. The power armor is working. The power armor is working still. Good, good man. Continue what you're doing. Western Brotherhood has collapsed, finally. It's just some remnants here, apparently of some crap we just need to deal with. There we go. Ah, finally. Finally it is over. Take all states. Take all states. And Arroyo. Take all states. Done. Enclave took 37 states, Steel Rangers was the next, Western Brotherhood was the next, Arroyo was the next. 30,451 equipment has been scavenged or whatever. Okay, I think I will call it here. It's been a long episode, and not to mention a long recording session for me, because the last couple of episodes has all been in one big giant recording session. So I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours and my head is getting a bit weary, which could explain why I've grown more and more silent as things have gone on and, you know, forgot to put out free military factories and whatnot. It's just when things go intense, I don't really have time to think about those. I was more focused on what was going on. So we managed to defeat the NCR, we managed to defeat the Western Brotherhood, the Steel Rangers, and pushed back the Washington Brotherhood that has suffered immense losses. They have only 12 to 13 divisions. These have 12 to 13 divisions and the old country has 7 divisions. So we should be able to take them out pretty quickly. We only have 130 days before Caesar's Legion attacks us. We should be able to station some men here, and then, you know, be able to cover the rest, because we have a small force that we have to fight against. So hopefully it will be pretty good. Let's actually look. Do they have anyone else in their faction? I don't think so. They only Caesar's Legion. They're big, they're mighty. They have 272 to 326 divisions and a bunch of manpower readily available. So who knows if this will actually work out? I don't know. The Enclave's name is pretty big. So from being tactical victory to tactical victory to a pretty bad strategic position to then a massive victory against our forces, we have managed to do what some people thought would be impossible. Now we only have the impossible left to do, which is Caesar's Legion, which will be the fighting of a lifetime. We'll see how that goes, and probably next episode, maybe the next episode after that. We'll see. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed. See you next time.